think we're live, and I think I actually worked out how to do the horizontal image so we can see something. I will, and also I think I can flip the camera around so that you can see the map in a sec. Don't mind the fan. It only goes on low. It's a special fan. All of our fans need to be replaced in our new place. Special. All right, I want to talk about World at War 85, Blood and Fury. I just finished my first scenario with it and had a lot of fun. The full disclosure is a post-production copy sent to me to basically do review stuff with, which is awesome. I had some folks complain that they thought that customers should have received them, but the whole idea is that when there are literally, I think there are two people besides the owners of the company that are receiving a copy at the moment. And I'm sure there'll be other review copies coming out as well, because I know there's a lot of folks that Lock and Load supports with their review copies. They're one of the more generous publishers out there. In fact, some companies don't do any, but it's all good. My point about that is there are two copies, and so I have one, and I've already posted some video, going to share some stuff with you now, and that's the point, right? Is to raise awareness that, particularly given the period of time it's taken to get the games delivered to Lock and Load, and then eventually out to us. I'm still waiting on my copy that I've purchased. So comment is, I'm a huge fanboy, so you're going to have to take everything I say with a grain of salt. Whoops, I just moved my table. Because I love this system, and I in particular, I like the evolution of the rules that have occurred, and I like the some of the upgrades that have occurred that I mentioned in the prior video. The counters are thicker, the charts are more robust and solid. And then the maps are thicker as well. And at some point, I think Lock and Load just needs to make a choice. Like, you're never going to make everybody happy. So, because I think they're a little too thick now. So that's a thing. But they responded to customer feedback that they wanted, folks wanted thicker maps. Well, you got them, and now you're going to have to work out how to keep them in the box, because they're poppy. All right, so let's talk about the actual gameplay. If you play World War 85, then you know the deal, and don't need to watch this video, okay? Just tune out, go break out your old module and play it and have some fun. But for those of you that haven't played before, I thought I'd just walk you through what happened in the scenario. It's kind of the very first scenario out of the module is actually super interesting for a couple of reasons. I've not seen, and there may be scenarios with other games, I'm sure there are, but this has a variable setup, first of all. So you roll the d6, and there are 6 locations on the map, and there are 4 formations that go on the map, and you can actually end up setting up adjacent to each other. So there's a hex on the map, and you can set up within 3 hexes. So you roll a d6, and let's say you get a 6, and you set up an area 6, that specific hex, you can set up your formation within 3 hexes of that. And then let's say then second formation rolls, and that's an enemy formation. It rolls. Well, they'll have their roll. They roll a 6. They get to set up within 3 hexes. Now they can set up adjacent to you if they want to. So it's one of those. It's a meeting in the fog of night type of scenario, but both sides have to exit the map. So depending on where you set up, this becomes. So I've actually played through this twice. First time it was, I would call it kind of a standard setup that. The enemy was blocking the exit, and so that was fine, right? And then the other guys were all kind of spread around, and there's 4 formations on the map, and so that happened, and it kind of played out typically that you would expect with enemy formation blocking that you had to go through and attack through. Second one, the reason why I'm making this video, the second one, the exit, the formations set up adjacent to their exits, and one formation, two formations, I should say, the other two formations set up in the same zone. So it was a shit show from the start. It was pretty awesome. There were BTRs getting blown out of the water left, right, and center at moment one because the Germans got the first activation and just pulverized these BTRs. And so they're only they're pattern tanks. I forget what they're called. That's a Marder. That's not the one I'm looking for. Where is the other dude? Here he is. They are M4A5 patterns. So, they have, I can show you the camera, I guess. I'm not very comfortable doing it on the front facing camera, but there you go. Roughly that's it. It's probably all in reverse. I don't know. Anyway, it was a shit show from the beginning. But both sides were very close to their exit points, so there was this trade-off going on about whether or not they should, for the gameplay, a trade-off as to whether they should try and exit or whether they should try and prevent the other guys from exiting. And then it came down to looking at, well, which formations have the most units. Of course, the Soviets had the most, so if all the Soviets got off, and it's a total VP count on unreduced units or complete units that get off the map, right? And not including headquarters or special weapons, I don't think. So it's only like actual platoons. Okay, so so that happened. That was awesome. And there's two sets of reinforcements that come in turn 3 and turn 6, and this was over by the beginning of the end of turn 5. But helos come on, Heinz come on, and they were the mitigating factor that really slowed down what was going to be a blowout for the Germans in terms of their exit strategy. Heinz came on, reduced 2 tank platoons, and then also disrupted every unit in the company, in the company, and really messed things up. So that was brutal as well. So let's flip over and we'll have a look. I think I could do that here. I don't know. Maybe I can't. Can I? Hello? There we go. Not great lighting, huh? Because we've got the windows. All right, let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. I'll come out this side. Now can I zoom? Oh, look, I can. All right, so first up, so the last turn, let me just show you a couple of things on the map here. And I know this is, can I put lights on? Stand by. So probably just put a bunch of circles. Yeah, it really doesn't do much. Okay. Germans have to exit off here. The Soviets exit off of here. And it came down it ended up that by the end of the 5th turn, all the units were within exit distance for everything. So it came down, 8 units got off for the Germans and 7 for the Soviets, super close. All came down to the activation sequence with, where is the... Yeah, so it would have made the complete game changer would have been if I had been able to roll to recover ammo on these Heinz. I think we could have done more damage, number one, and then number two, the Germans got the first activation, Soviets got the second, so they exited everybody, and then we had another activation for no effect, and then they got to exit their guys, and so it was game over. And that allowed for the Germans to get that 1 unit off the map in a 10-turn scenario. It was over in 5 turns. Very deadly. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 steps lost. And then I flipped the next card. Of course, the next card was the helos, but they would have had to roll for their own ammo stuff and everything. So super fun. played very fast. I looked up the rules one time because I couldn't remember if these self-propelled mortar units could fire smoke onto the map, and they can. One hex coverage, so that was nifty. The entire game, obviously, you've got your, oh, that's the friction table. You've got your events table that you use if the events card plays, which none of the events really had a significant impact on the gameplay. Mainly because when I pulled them, well, it doesn't matter. They just didn't have an effect. I use this. I always use this guy to make sure that I'm seeing and reading those triangles correctly. And then I had to double check on point blank ranges to make sure that it was a reduction in the to hit dice, not an increase. A reduction in the to hit number, not an increase in the to hit dice. So I used this chart quite a bit, and that was it. That was all I used to play the game. After not touching it, I haven't played, I don't think, in a year, maybe 18 months. So it all came back pretty quickly. The maps are real nice. There's some interesting terrain on them. Nothing substantially or radically different. Just they're just well done, and I think they're all geomorph. And once we start mixing and matching with the other stuff, the other module as well, you're going to have a lot of choices here. I do have a couple of other things coming from Lock and Load Publishing in a little bit, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to share those with you. And when I do receive those things, I will also go through a relatively detailed look at the core rules to show you or highlight any differences in the rules from, I guess, one version to another, because we're now on version 2.2. But I haven't seen anything substantial that makes me go, oh my gosh, why are you doing that? Just thought I would just have a quick look at the rules and we'll check it out. I've asked for a little summary sheet to help me do that, so I don't have to go through the whole darn thing. But there you go. All right. Anyway, first scenario down. Played it twice. Lots of fun. I'm gonna look at setting up a campaign once we playing through the campaign once we get through some other things I've got on the table, and I've got some more space. So, all right. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great, what is it, Labor Day? Is that what it is today? I think so. Enjoy your Labor Day. All the best. Ciao. Roll dice.